Hi everyone, Ray here with a video to help us get oriented and to help us go over what we might have missed for Tuesday, March 30th. And so we are getting oriented and getting reoriented with this format because we actually have kind of two formats as you have learned by now. So we're on campus for our first week and we're off campus this week. And so that's a system that I've had for my 16-week classes. And so I'm just kind of continuing that with you guys. And it might take us a little bit to get used to, but I think once we get used to it, we'll be fine. Just to help you all get oriented and help you get used to it, I'm making this video. I can't promise that I'm going to make them every single week, but I know we had connection issues this week. So I want to make sure everyone's caught up and on the same page. So let's go to our Canvas page. And of course, you know it as New Way, Old Way. I think about how I'm going to put the visual there. I wanted to tell a story. And that's what this class is about, of course. Getting rid of bad habits, picking up some good habits that you might not have known about. And if you know about them, it's good to pick those up again, right? So we covered on our first day, basically orientation, getting to know who I am and what the class is about, our syllabus, how to find that, of course. You can click on welcome and the syllabus is here. It'll take you to a Google document, or you can, of course, click syllabus, and you can even do that on the first page. You can click syllabus and it'll take you to the syllabus as well. It just won't be in a Google document. Okay, same syllabus. Okay, so going back to this homepage, of course, if you need to meet with me, you can click here, and clicking the word here will take you to Calendly, and it'll show you all of my availabilities for the days that are marked in blue. So you say you want to meet on Wednesday the 7th. You click that time, and these are times that I have available. And there are quite a few, and you can click that time, and only 3 students in all of my classes, and I have 5 classes. Only 3 students have done this all semester, and for those 3, it's worked out perfectly. It's very convenient, so go for it. I'd love to talk with you and help you be the best student you can be. So chapter 1, we talked about starting strong. And oh, by the way, if you haven't done this yet, you can still do it. I understand it's a learning curve, but this is part of your grade, so still submit that. So each module is a chapter. Of course, the chapter notes from the textbook are here. Let me click on focus. Make sure to show you what that looks like. And these are the quote unquote official notes from the textbook. You want to read these because from these notes come the questions for the quiz. Okay, we'll talk about the quiz a little bit later. So do go through these notes meticulously, take some time. And they're not necessarily deep. They're not really deep things. They're things that you have heard probably most of your life, but they're things that we are trying to bring up to the surface so that you can revisit them and reevaluate how you're doing as far as using the good advice that the notes have in them. So it's just basically a lot of life is common sense. Whether we use it or not, that makes the difference. So my specific notes for you all, I tailor my notes to you all. I just don't go by the textbook. They are listed underneath where it says focus. And that's the case for every single chapter. So here I have the notes in 2 parts. That's how I've done it for my 16-week classes. So go back and look at those if you haven't. And then you have the 2 assignments for each chapter. And you read the instructions there, and it requires that you read through the notes for the chapter and the case study, which I have embedded in my specific notes. So you want to read all of these and then answer the 3 or 4 or 5 questions that you have in each of these. Of course, you want to write your name and heading. Of course, it makes it easier for everyone. Chapter 2 is what we started on Tuesday. So I'm going to go through the notes for the chapter, and then I'm going to go to I'll go to our specific notes first. It kind of has our agenda in it. and I'll revisit the chapter notes. I won't go through everything we've done in class because I don't want this to substitute for class. You do want to be in class, whatever we have to do technologically to get there, we can do that. But I want to give you just enough to make sure you're not feeling lost, right? No one likes to feel lost. I don't think. Maybe some people do. Okay, so becoming mindful, setting goals. So this is something that we think, okay, well, of course I'm mindful, of course I have goals, but are they specific goals? Are they measurable? Are they attainable goals? Is it realistic? And is there a time associated to those goals? If not, then it might not be an attainable, realistic, measurable, specific goal. So within these notes, I actually have some more notes. So you get the notes on multiple occasions. These particular notes I've borrowed from a colleague, and I've adjusted my notes to fit a little bit better for you guys. But these notes are also from the textbook. It's just a different version. So you should go through these on your own time, and wherever you see a YouTube video, you can click there. Hopefully the video hasn't changed. And so that would be weird if it's a video about ice skating or something, and we're talking about being mindful. So hopefully things are still the same. And worst case scenario, the video has been taken down for whatever YouTube violations or whatever. But the videos are usually pretty helpful. I'll just do one, for example. Okay, you'll have to continue the video on your own to find out what the secret is to becoming rich and powerful. And so I don't know if you could hear that I had the sound off, but you get the idea. Click on those, and a picture's worth 1,000 words. So that can be helpful in your study. Okay, so going back to our notes for Tuesday, the 30th, what we did is we went over some chapter highlights, and we talked about the case study for Sylvia. That'll be important to answer the questions in Canvas. And I asked if you all had any questions about the textbook or homework or other concerns. I also have videos embedded here. You do want to look at those because they are helpful. I'll just put a little bit of this one.
Napoleon Hill said that a goal is a dream with a deadline. You see, no deadline equates no urgency, leaving your goal and your dreams always just out of reach. The act of defining when places urgency on your actions.
Yeah, so basically I was saying that before. You have to set a deadline for a goal to be reached. Otherwise, you keep pushing back the goal and say, oh, I have time, I have time, I have time. And so in order to answer these questions, moving on, in order to answer these questions, what do you think? You have to read Sylvia's case. Right? So the questions are, is Sylvia sufficiently motivated to succeed in college? Why or why not? And I'll read the rest. I'll let you read the rest of these. No one likes to be read to, I guess, when you can actually read. That's for, I read to my 3-year-old. You know, when he reads on his own, I won't read to him anymore, unless it's for nostalgia's sake, I guess. But read those. And how do you answer them? Well, you want to go back and listen to or look at and read Sylvia's case. Okay, so each chapter has a case. This one is for Sylvia. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to remind myself, I have so many cases in my head. Her own apartment. Finally, Sylvia opened the new package of turquoise sheets for a bed. She felt excited, but at the same time, amazingly calm. Frankly, she couldn't believe her parents had agreed to it. The response to the idea had been, sure, if you're willing to pay your own rent, we'll find plenty of uses for your room. But don't even think about taking Charlie with you. Get your own dog, they said, in a surprisingly serious tone. So this is Sylvia. What's going on? Is she going to college? Is she getting her own apartment? Check it out and see. It probably has something to do with college, because this course is about college strategies, college and life strategies, right? So probably has something to do with college. So do go back and look at that case. That way you'll be able to confidently answer these questions. And then because you looked at the PowerPoint presentation of slides from the textbook, and that's the part that says focus, you'll be able to do these questions 1, 2, and 3. And I want you to read those. And again, I'm looking for about 2 sentences per answer. If the feeling that you have when these questions are asked is to answer, well, I don't have anything in common with this person, or this doesn't relate to me, you want to fake it, right? Pretend that it relates to you. The reality is it really does relate to you. You may just not see it yet, but this textbook was carefully crafted to be general in reach, so it can reach to multiple types of students. Okay, so moving on, once you finish, you can submit your writing assignments by clicking Submit Assignment. This is for what do you think. You need to submit the second one for your plans for change, of course. And those are due on Mondays, right? So, of course, if you have questions, you can request a Calendly with me, of course. And where are we as far as our schedule? Well, we've just finished chapter 2. And in the next video, by the way, this quiz one is not due April 5th, it's due April 8th. I'll talk about that in the next video as well. In the next video, we'll talk about learning styles and studying for chapter 3. You guys take care and have a great day.